No. Anything could happen in the next 60 seconds. Anyway, it is a nice cold morning. I say it had a good chance of rain this morning, but as they say, we will plod on as always and see how we fare. Doesn't help that the wind is back as well, so we'll be fighting the wind as always. But no, it is a typical Yorkshire morning. But always good for a good morning walk. That's what you need. I can hear the cows barking like crazy, although I don't know, barking, mooing. Anyway, Dave W, good morning to you. Good morning. Like I say, I have forgotten to share the stream this morning. So if you would like to click the share button for me and share it out for me, that would be very, very much appreciated. Pretty Bird, good morning. Greetings to you. Loki's children, good morning to you as well. Oop. But no, good morning, good morning, good morning. And welcome, as always, to the Good Morning Walk. And for once, no cows. Although we've got a pony. Dave W getting more like spring each day. I know, just look at how warm it is. Catho G, good morning to you. Good morning, Beanie Hat Man. That's true. I've got the old beanie on today. Oh. We're being cautiously approached. Gisela, good morning to you from Denmark. Nicholas, good morning to you from Scotland. I know. I don't have anything for you, I'm afraid. But see, this is what happens. This is why you don't feed the wild animals. They come and they just swarm you. Nope. Right. Anyway, let's get rocking and rolling. So, first of all, Theresa May obviously stepping down, and I think there's been a lot of discussions about May. Lucky children, a question: what will happen when so many Tory MPs just don't stand at the next election? The Tories lose the majority in Parliament. So put it this way: the Tories will always have their candidates in a line. They will always find somebody. Blue Badger, good morning to you. They will always find someone to run for them. They are not going to be short of candidates. Even if they know that they are going to lose, they will always be able to find someone to run for a seat. Of course, this then, shall we say, is probably questions the calibre of the candidate that they're putting forward. I think that definitely puts it in mind that their candidacy or the candidates they're putting forward might not be the best in that regard. However, if they do lose their majority, and then it's a question of by how much they lose their majority. And I've said I think it could be between 80 to 120. That's where I'm sort of putting my markers, I think, based on sort of what the polls have been saying. Patrick H, good morning to you. Cavalan, good morning to you. And good morning to anyone else that I might have missed. Have to forgive me, it's a very cold, windy Yorkshire day. And yes, like button, smash the like button as well. Please do remember to click on the share button as well, because I've forgotten to share the stream before I started today. So that would be very, very much appreciated as well if you could do that for me as well. Thank you very much. So anything about round about 100, anything that's around about 100 is makes them an ineffective opposition at that point. And I always talk about the opportunities that presents to get some really progressive stuff done then, because they can't really do anything back against it. They can't fight back against anything. Sure, they can, you know, vote against it, but they won't have any significant numbers to stop, amend, or anything like that that might go through. Shared on my Facebook page. Well, thank you very much. Okay. Oh, that was whoop. How has that gone in my welly? How has that gone? Oh, some mud's just gone straight in my welly. Oh, I can feel that. Oh. Dr. Slurp, good morning to you from Mallorca. Good morning. And oh yeah, I remember Akira Toriyama has died. That shocked me. That really shocked me. Did that? That was very sad. That very sad. But yeah, definitely someone in the industry I think is going to be very, very missed. Very, very missed. And for those of you who don't know who Akira Toriyama is, he is probably one of like the most famous manga artists or mangakas. I believe their sort of technical term they're called in Japan is. He created, of course, Dragon Ball Z, responsible for a lot of designs for the Dragon Quest series. Hugely influential in the in that sphere. So yeah, that's honestly like really sad news, but you know, at least he wasn't halfway through a series like the Berserk guy was. I can't remember his name now, but that one shocked me as well, because I really liked Berserk. Berserk was a very good series. But anyway, yes, back to British politics. So where were we? Yes, we've just been talking about Tory's election losses. May, Theresa May. Yeah, a lot of talk about Theresa May, of course, in the light of her resigning. Oh, well, not resigning, but, you know, saying that she's going to stand down at the next parliamentary election. Quite shocking, because a lot of people have pointed out this is a figure who has sort of really stuck with the party. You know, she joined during opposition was very much there with them through that. Obviously, Home Secretary, you know, responsible, of course, for the hostile environment. Very, very much responsible for the hostile environment. How many Tories are standing down? Oh, last time I looked, I think there's like 100. It looks like the list is growing to like 100. I know Conservative Home had like a list of all Conservatives standing down, but yeah, it's pretty significant, the numbers that we're getting to at this moment. And it's the experienced people that are stepping down as well. Yeah, 60 plus. Let's go for that, 60 plus, because I don't think it's near 100 yet. There's a lot of them standing down. A lot standing down. And it's like, you normally would not get this many MPs standing down. I see quite a few then. Oh yeah, there is quite a few. And it's expected that with May saying that we might get a few more on that. Yeah. Yeah, Conservative Home might as well. Yeah. I see what you did there. Past News, good morning. Good morning to you. Yeah, exactly, Prinny. Yeah, that was my favourite moment as well, where May would just stare daggers or like laugh at Boris. That was Theresa May sort of living her best life. And, you know, you've got to talk about what Theresa May was responsible for. You know, she was responsible, as we said, during the Home Office for the hostile environment. I think very, very much responsible as well for dismantling the Home Office. So, you know, she's very much responsible for a lot of the states that the Home Office is in. Whole Brexit deal. She never had to have called Article 50. She was harried into it by the Brexiteers, and I think that set a very, very bad mood for the rest of her premiership. She tried to appease both factions, the Brexiteers and sort of the Remainers, and she failed at any attempt to do that. Good morning, Larry the Cat. But we'll give her this now. She tried, and she sort of, you know, put forward a sensible proposal. And, you know, a lot of people have been saying, should you or should you not feel sorry for Theresa May? And, you know, I've said in the past, I feel sorry for Theresa May, and I have to wonder why. Because, like I say, she did a lot of, you know, bad things during her sort of time at the Home Office. But Theresa May also responsible for a lot of advances in violence against women. You know, Theresa May, even when she was on the backbenchers, was really a massive champion for something like that. And as I've said before, you know, you should praise someone for when they do or say something right, even if it's a Tory. And, you know, good on Theresa May for being, you know, such a champion for, you know, protecting women against domestic abuse, because she was a massive champion for it. Trying to get over that. Simon, good morning from sunny Suffolk. Well, good morning to you from a very sunny Yorkshire. Ben Ridings, good morning to you. Ben Ridings, morning. Could it be we feel sorry for May due to her very infectious laugh and her winning dance moves? I don't know. I this is where I'm trying to sort of feel, you know, why I feel sorry for May. I think it was that she probably tried her best, and unfortunately she didn't. She could have gotten something like that. Well, yeah, she did get rid of thousands of police officers, Leah. You are right. Like I say, that doesn't it? Like I say, she is responsible for a ton of different things. You know, especially for her time at the Home Office. But she did champion a lot of domestic abuse bills that she managed to get passed, and she was one of the key people to try and you know, sort of fight for that stuff. So again, you know, yeah, she did a lot of bad stuff, but I think you should also recognize when you know, people do something good as well. And I know that's, you know, a lot of hard things to say, because yeah, I do recognize that Theresa May doing a lot of bad stuff, you know, just because, you know, she did something good doesn't negate the bad stuff. I do recognize that. Yeah, exactly, responsible for the Windrush generation. Good morning, number 3, good morning. It's one of those odd things. Please don't praise Theresa May. Well, I'm not. I'm just saying, look, she was a very, very big advocate for domestic abuse bills and stuff that she wanted to get passed, even when she wasn't Prime Minister. And again, doesn't excuse anything of the other work she's done, but when someone does something good, you should praise it. Not praise it, but say, okay, you did a good job there. I see what you were doing. You know, shame about everything else, but yeah, and I think that she's sort of also represents, yeah, Larry the Cat, that's it. Yeah, a stop clock can be right twice a day. Exactly. And I think that you've seen a lot of people, most of the people who are like sorry to see her go, is because she represents that Cameron era conservative. Oh wow. Oh, so I was going to try and go down there, but I don't know if you can see just how muddy that is. Yeah, I do not think we would make it down there. I do not think we would make it down there. Let's try. I do apologise if I missed something in the chat or comments, because I've got to try and slog through this mud. It's like concrete. So I do apologise if I don't see anything or read anything. But good morning to everyone else who's joining us for the Good Morning Walk. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Ben Ridings. Yeah, I think most people mean well, they just don't always end up doing well. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And of course, I didn't see who was saying that, but of course, you know, as we said before, May is responsible for not only the hostile environment at the Home Office, but very much responsible for dismantling a lot of the Home Office, and, you know, responsible for the mess that it is in. So you can recognise, you know, the good and the bad that people, you know, have done, you know, in their time as an MP. But I think a lot of people, why they feel, quote, sorry for Theresa May, is because of what she, you know, represented. She represented that very, very much that Cameron era conservative. That, you know, we all, I think, used to sort of know, to sort of know and would recognise, and at least at one point was, you know, what the rest of the what the rest of the party represented. And that's what you've seen very much so from a lot of the traditional people who call themselves One Nation conservatives. That's why they're sorry to sort of see her go. I always felt sorry for May when she finished her, speech, and she could clearly, was welling up in tears, and I felt a bit sorry for her then, I will admit that, when she resigned. But, she could have done so much better. She could have, started knocking heads together, started, removing the whip from Brexiteers, as Boris Johnson would ultimately end up doing as well, which, well, lost a lot of the... Oh, can we get down here? I think we might be able to. This lost a lot of the, shall we say, competent people in the Conservative Party, because you've had David Cameron this week go to Germany. Oh, there we go. There we go. So yeah, we've had David Cameron go to Germany this week, and I said it before in my video of when we looked at Cameron's first 100 days. It's shocking that he is actually a somewhat competent, minister, and he's making the rest of them look absolutely shambolic by comparison. Which does not make, as we said, the rest of the cabinet look very, very good at all. But of course, Cameron and even Ursula von der Leyen talking about setting up a European Defence Council. So we'll probably end up talking maybe about that on Geoscope a bit more on Tuesday. Simon, yeah, I think perhaps on the surface that May is probably a decent person, but she was undermined by the Tory hawks and possibly a victim of policy of circumstances of the time. Too many rash decisions. I don't know. I think May is going to be one of those Tories that gets, I think, a lot of books written about her and her time when she was when she'd be in office. I think that's destined, I think, to be that case for her. Well, how do we get through this? Good morning, Billy. Yeah, cameras over there opening new pork markets. Do we go round? We'll have to go right round if we're going to go right round. Or do we? Nah, I tell you what, we'll go right round. Right round, baby. So I do think that she's destined, I think, to be a very, very studied politician in many ways. Not maybe because of the decisions she did or didn't take. Just I think that she maybe represented what was the the last seeming gasp or throw of the sort of moderate Conservative Party. And I know, calling May a moderate. But yeah, she was sort of really the last... Oh, hang on, we walked straight into that. Haven't gone around enough there. There we go, it's a bit better. You know, she sort of represented the last sort of Cameronish era politician to be in any sort of serious position of power. So I do think there's going to be a lot of people sort of studying her time in office, you know, what she did. And, you know, like I said before, May did a lot of bad. She also, as we said, advocated for a lot of domestic abuse bills. You know, both on and off on the backbenches. So, you know, MPs do, you know, both good and bad, and I think it's good when you sort of look at someone to look at the good and the bad that they did. And, you know, May is certainly one of those people. And as someone has said, you know, a broken clock can be right twice a day, as Larry the Cat, I believe, said. Maggie Pie, good morning to you. May was a complete disaster. Oh yes, I will agree with you, she was. She was a massive disaster. An absolutely massive disaster on that front. There's so many reasons. Alma Fifth, good morning. Yes, I know, Windrush. Yeah, I know she's very much one of the responsible for that. As like I say, as I keep on saying, yeah, she's done a lot of bad. You know, she's responsible for a lot of the mess that the Home Office is in at the moment. I will completely agree with you on that. And like I say, just because, you know, she did some good doesn't eliminate that. But, you know, I just think it goes to maybe show that, you know, she was maybe a somewhat you know, maybe a simpler politician in a complicated time. Maybe that's the best way to sum up Theresa May. Someone who, when she took the reins of power, was really not up to the challenge that it presented. I think that's probably the best way you can sum her up. Yeah, Cathode, that's a good point. She did say the Tories had to stop being the nasty party for all she did about it, or could, exactly. You know, they're right back to probably being even nastier than they used to be. It's a bit of a reputation that's not going to be easy to shift this time. Yeah, not up to it like Spaffer. So, yeah, like I say, because of that, there's been a lot of different opinion pieces about May. Those, yeah, I think that's the ultimate thing I think you have to take away about this. That May, you know, she did a lot of bad. You know, she called a general election to risk her to stake her entire career on something when she had a majority and lost it all, and made the situation infinitely worse for herself. But Maggie Pye may put party politics over her own convictions and what would be better for the country. Yep, exactly. Like I say, I think she's a somewhat complex story, I think, and maybe a moral almost for, you know, the type of maybe the Cameron era policies that, you know, she sort of stood on and represented to where the party had sort of changed. Jane Lockwood, good morning to you. Good morning. Like I say, good morning to everyone else joining us as well. Like I say, please do remember to click on the like and share button while you're here. To be fair, well, she looked at those poll numbers. She looked at those poll numbers and saw that she could win a massive majority. Oh, pardon me. And yeah, she went for it. And well, we all know what happened then. I thought I'd gained a follower then. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's been written about May. Obviously in the light of that, but it does, I think, represent a lot of people, and a lot of people do think that there now may be another big Tory exodus because of her. That this may now sort of signal the retreat of a lot of other Conservative politicians who were maybe on the fence about it. Obviously been panicking about, you know, the polls. Of course, Labour still ahead in the polls. It would not surprise me even after this budget. You know, we get the when we get the next sort of big opinion poll, would not shock me still if Labour was still ahead. And yeah, they still keep on waiting. Still keep on waiting. And we still don't know when a general election is going to be. You know, there's still a lot of people thinking it's going to be May. But, you know, time moves ever on. And, you know, I've said before, there's no way they're going to have it in November. Not at the same time as the US elections. Absolutely no way. Yep, Jane Lockwood. Yep, do remember to smash that like button. Oh. But this becomes the. I think now what happens next. What happens from sort of the fallout of the budget? Although actually, I don't know again how many of you have seen my videos. There was actually one small bright spark for not only the creative industries but film and TV in the UK, and for indie filmmakers as well. So I know a lot of people in Sheffield who are in that scene. I know a lot of people who do the Doc Fest. May the 4th. Oh, that would be amazing if it was. That would be amazing if the election was on May the 4th. January 28th, 2025. Well, that's the last possible date they can hold it. Again, are they going to hold on for a whole year? Are they going to hold on for a whole year? You got a fan out there. I don't know, I think he's whistling for his dog. But I was like, is that at me? I don't know. But it would be kind of fun to see another mass exodus of MPs, and I think that might happen. I think that really might happen. I still think Sunak is holding on for the last grift trade deal. Doesn't care if he takes the rest of the party with him. Well, that's the other thing that happened recently. There was apparently a big British delegation that has flown to India to try and secure again, somewhat of a trade deal, but I think what's going to happen is they're just going to fob us off like they did with Australia. You know, Australia meant to be doing this big, amazing trade deal with India. And of course, what happened there? They got, quote, a very bare bones free trade deal with the understanding and idea that they would come back and renegotiate and have a look and work on some of these things. Never happened. never has happened. So ultimately, that's what's going to happen. And then you've got, what is it? The Australian pensions industry being praised by Kimmy Badenoch. In apparently a move that's going to benefit everyone. Well, okay, the Australian pension industry is going to come and invest. What are they going to come and invest in here in the UK? To be honest, given, as I said, the very, very shockingly good package that like I said, the UK film and TV industry got in the budget, maybe they could invest in that. But like I say, in my video when I talk about it, this is what the most frustrating thing is about all this, because it just goes to show you, if they want to step in and help save an industry or an area, they can, and they know how to do it. They know what to do to help that industry. And yet you've got so many other industries. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, Dr. Slump. Like I say, don't forget to hit the like and share button on your way out, and of course the subscribe button as well if you're new to the channel. But this is just goes to show you what what they could have actually done for so many other industries in the UK, like the steel industry. Never once helped them. Never once helped them one bit. But you look at the package, and like I say, I know lots of people in Sheffield, both in the indie scene and who work in the mainstream as well. Lots of very big, couple of very big special effects studios in Sheffield. Not only that, but you've got Pit Stop Productions right in Barnsley, a very, very big sound, music and recording studio that works with big international films. That's going to benefit that business. That's going to lead to more jobs in this creative industry. And even the head of the British Film Institute, all these other bigwigs of the British Film Institute, the BFI, all coming out and saying, yeah, this is like the single biggest intervention we've ever had. So that's at least some tiny good news from the budget. It's probably the only good thing I think you could pick out from the budget. Billy, Teesside got well and truly helped out. Oh no, did it? I didn't see that. The biggest special effect is having anything in Sheffield. Oh. But no, Sheffield, very digital city, very digitally driven. They've done a lot of work to sort of really build that. So yeah, there's a lot of very good, interesting, and really cool businesses going on in Sheffield. In fact, in Yorkshire, actually has the biggest concentration of cooperatively owned businesses in the country. Again, interesting fact for you there. Oh. There we go. Patrick class it as a levelling up success. Difficult to tell. I was being sarcastic. Well, no, I really do like Sheffield. It's a city that's got a lot going for it, and I definitely recommend. If you've never been to Sheffield, do pay it a visit. It's a very good place to go visit. Very good place to go visit. Yeah, build HS2. God, I wish. I wish Maggie Pie. I wish they would. I really wish they would. It would be a massive boon to sort of the UK rail industry if they did that. I really wish they would. Oh no, where are the cows? Oh no, have they moved? This is the problem. I can't see where the cows are now. Nicholas Bethnal, good morning to you. Sheffield is a great city, good music scene. Yes, very good music scene in Sheffield. Like I say, you can usually find me at Triples for some smooth jazz. Showing my age, I worked in the centre in the 70s, walked through the whole of the road every day. But no, there's a lot of good stuff going on in Sheffield. A lot of good stuff going on in Leeds as well. Leeds, outside of London, the biggest area for banking in the UK. Yeah, HS2 might not even make it to the central London, let alone the north of Birmingham. Well, like I say, at the moment, even that line's been very much reduced from what was meant to be 12 services to 6, effectively making it, a shuttle service. She said before, I don't know how many times we talked about the benefits of what HS2 could do and what it would unleash, but It's definitely something that Labour really, really need to look at and just go, right, we're just going to build it. We're just going to put, we're going to look at how we can put money into it and, and get it built. Because if not, oh, Barnsley Triangle. Oh, Patrick H, see you later. Barnsley Triangle. Are we triangling? Are we triangulating? Is the Barnsley Triangle triangulating upon to us? Seems to be better. Excellent. Well, it's it's just one of those opportunities that just goes to show you that instead of making, quote, the bad decision, or should we say the difficult decision, Rishi Sunak really made the bad decision by cancelling HS2. I mean, it just goes to show you making these short-term decisions, because it doesn't, because, oh, look, we're saving all this money, and then, oh yeah, we're going to spend it all on this transport for the north, and then it gets spent on potholes for London. Thanks for that. The north really needed some transport infrastructure building to help improve it. And yet they go build that instead to, well, use the money instead to fill potholes in London. I think sums it all up, really, doesn't it? And they say, definitely coming action. Jamie Ashington, good morning. But can they build lines that are already built in Manchester? I'm guessing you mean, can they build on the lines? The big problem for this is capacity. That's the big problem, because you cannot build on the lines that are sort of already exist, because you're only just adding to the problem. HS2 was adding more capacity, and it's very difficult to do anything that was different like that. Pony for you all. Oh yes, that's a good point actually. First module of the COVID inquiry. That's going to cause. That's going to cause a lot. That is going to cause a lot of problems for them. That's very true. Very, very true. And then we're going to move on to the second module, because the first module has always been about, how prepared was the UK? What was the UK like going into sort of lockdown? The decisions that were made. Now we're going to look at the second part, which is going to be all about looking at what happened during the pandemic. And if anything, this is where they're going to get even more tagged onto and smacked into at this point. Cavaland, I have to go. Bye-bye for now. Procurement, yeah, exactly. This is where we're looking at, phase, the second module, I believe, is where they're looking at procurement. Could be the third. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it might be the second one. So you might be right about that. But that will also cause and open a whole another can of worms. That's for sure. will the COVID inquiry banish the worst Tories public life? Well, hopefully. Hopefully. Do you think Starman will publish the buried Russia report? Probably. I mean, I don't know, it's one of those things as, you know, has the moment passed for it? Point. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens with how stuff shakes out. But yeah, they're going to get absolutely laid into with the second COVID inquiry. That's for sure. That is absolutely for sure. Absolutely for sure. Oh. Looks like they're after that horse. Oh. So. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me this morning on today's Good Morning Walk. Like I say, we risked the rain. 80% chance of rain, and it didn't rain. Although, to be honest, if you look across the sky, I'm pretty sure it is going to rain anytime soon. Also got mud in my welly, so yeah, my right foot is feeling very uncomfortable at the moment. So, as always, thank you very much for joining me this morning. Please do remember to click on the like and share button on your way out. Leave a comment down below as well. After that will help out the stream as well. Also down below there are links to my Patreon page, the one off donation link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can buy me coffee. You can join the Pony Club as well. You've just missed most of the stream. Well, don't worry, you can rewind it and watch it after. But no, have an absolutely fantastic weekend. Go out, enjoy yourselves, have a wonderful weekend, and as always, if you can't be safe, at least be sensible, as we say. So enjoy yourselves, and of course we'll see you all next time on the Good Morning Walk.